Welcome back to some more War in the Sea Pacific Theater mod. We're at part 41. Yeah, 41. Wow. Okay, so what are my impressions of this playthrough so far, up to part 41, that is. This map and this Pacific Theater, it seems to have a lot of early game dredge. In other words, you don't have a lot of supplies per, if we go down here and we look, you start out with a lot, which is fine, but what happens is your weekly numbers are pretty low. I think that may be my gameplay, and that's fine. But this 2,000 troops, 4,800 supplies, and 200 engineering, until I get up to level 3 here, 3,300 and 300, we're going to be struggling quite a bit. So what do I need to get to location rank level 3? Does it tell me what I have to do to get to level 3? I don't think it does. I don't know. Maybe that's a level 3 is a level 3 airfield. So I think I need to get... Oh yeah, this is just to get to... I need to have these supplies on the base to get to get up to a level 3, 300 engineering and 300 fuel, just to click to make it a 3-level airfield or shipboard. But what do I have to do to get these numbers to go up so that these numbers will be higher? I think I just need to keep getting more. Get these 10, 12, and 16. So 10, 22, 32, 38 plus 20, 38 and 28 is 58. That's how you get that number. Look at me and my math. So I just need to keep increasing the bases, and hopefully that will solve some of our early game problems. Because right now, if I'm looking and I say, okay, let's go to this, these guys are going to be replacing these two guys because Task Force 20, no, wait, this one. No, not that one. This one. These guys are damaged. They came across some cargo ships that decided to fight back, and they put some holes in them. And they need a rest. So we're going to replace them with 3 newer, actually, are they newer? I don't know. So as soon as the replacement comes, we're going to put them here. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to merge them in here and then take the Stack and the Warrington and separate them, split them off, split the group, these 2 ships away. So we keep the name Task Force 34. It stays in the location of the pull down menu, and then we can separate them off and send them home for rest and repair. But instead of 2 ships, we go to 3. And again, what are these 3? They're all the same type. That should help with doing what they need to do. And what they're going to do is they're going to come down, drop off their measly, 200 supplies and 150 troops. Because why send them from where all the troops come from without dropping off something at the same time? So, and then they'll just switch out with Task Force 34 and become a new Task Force 34. So that's what I'm doing there. But my point, what was my point? My point is the C3 carries 100 and... I'm having brain issues today. Let me find a C3 that'll be able to tell me what I'm talking about here. Okay, this Cimarron here, it carries 120 fuels. So if I have more than 2 of these in the fleet, which would be 240. Again, if we go back to rules, you see that my replenishment of fuel is 200 per week. So 240 means more than 1 Cimarron I can't fill. Otherwise I just empty all the oil off of Midway, which in theory should never happen. But the way the numbers are replenishing Midway, more than 1 of these will empty the base and not fill up the ship entirely, which is not a good thing to do. So I got to be aware of that. And then what that means is you're ferrying 120 at a time to a certain location, which the location is Pohnpei. Pohnpei has 182. We do want to make this up to a level 4 or 5, or even a level 3. But we don't want to take away from this being a level 3 ammunition replenish location. So that's my thinking with that. Now, what we have here is this group who's been attacked. This C3 has been hit by bombs. So is this Macaulay. So we want to put a cap over that. Invasion Guadalcanal, so go to Pohnpei, new air. We're going to actually send 8. Invasion Guadalcanal. Keep them on a route. So with no ammunition, these guys can stay in the air for 408 nautical miles. What I did was I did a pin, not a pin, but a measure, which is your backslash key. This guy, you hold it down and then you drag. And what I did was I said this line here is basically the limit that these guys can go. So I put a pin there to reference the distance. So if a ship returning to Pohnpei, a supply group like this ship here, or even this one, the reason why I broke off this ship is because he's so damaged. He's going to hop, skip, and jump his way back. He's at a slow speed, slowing even. It says medium, but it's slow. Watch the distance of these two when I get the clock running. You'll see this guy probably moves faster than this group, which is kind of insane. But I want to have air cover over this because it seems to be attracting attention out of the blue. Not too worried about the lone damaged C3, so we're going to let him do his thing because he's going to go home and rest and repair as well. Again, Causeway is just a placeholder to say we own it. We're not trying to put any bases there. If I do want to quickly up my command points, maybe I'll put an airfield there. 1,000, 1,100, 100. I don't want to use the fuel and the engineering on that, but 1,000 supplies is not a big problem. We may do that to Causeway and Tarawa, but again, I'm only putting these here so that we can have the location. That's it. And same down here with Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz is a stop-off point where Guadalcanal is now the new stop-off point. So once we come back and get more supplies, we're probably gonna take maybe 600 supplies and 350 troops off of this base and all the engineering, unless I decide maybe I want to put an airfield there, which means 100 fuel and 20 engineering just to be able to click this button with some more supplies there. That might be an option, but we'll see what we do. We have invaded Shortland Islands. Shortland Islands, we decided not to bombard it, but we are struggling because we do not have supplies in the area. 100 supplies here, 900 there, so basically 1,000, or let's say 700 supplies. So we're just overthrowing troops at it and see how well we can come. But the problem is that it's just not gaining quick enough. We'll start losing troops pretty heavily because we don't have the supplies. So we want to impact it, which means probably impact this guy here. And that impact is going to be this. We have the Queen Elizabeth. We're going to come in here and we're going to probably drop a shore bombardment on this Shortland Island to try and sway our invasion of the base. And this group is actually on its way down to Port Moresby. And Port Moresby being a level 3 port, we can replenish the munitions that we'll use on this bombardment. So that's what we're doing there. Down here is kind of a mess. We're still kind of, let's look at the bases. Milne Bay, 2,000, 3,000 for supplies. I'm okay with the engineering and fuel being what they are, but level 2 is too weak. We don't want to touch shipboard or shipyards for this location, but we do want this airfield to be higher, 3 at least. So that's our goal here, but that's for a later date. The more important one is Port Moresby, where we do have the level 3 port, so we never want to be low on supplies, engineering, and fuel at this location. We may shuffle around and see what we can do because 2,000, 200, and 200, I think I want to kick this up. So that's why when the Queen Elizabeth gets down, we have engineering, supplies, fuel, supplies, troops, supplies, and nothing there, but I'm not too worried. But let's do this while we're at it. Yeah, this guy's not even really worth sending up, but we'll do it anyway. And because we're funny that way, let's send up the other one. Excuse me. What the hell did I name this thing? I think there we go. Yeah, so he'll hopefully stay just above and be spotter in case we need, but shouldn't have much issues there. Horn Island, yeah, I just want to keep this capable. I'd like to probably get some, 200 supply, 300 supplies, 500 supplies maybe over here, and then we need basically 120 engineering and 120 fuel, 150 fuel maybe, so it will still run to kick this up to a level 2 airfield. It's in a position where it's useless, so we need to be careful about that. Well, every few days we've been having forces come down here. They're not coming this way yet, but they will. Probably if we click a Port Moresby airfield higher, but yeah. Now, the other thing I want to specify in this playthrough, I'm going to put a pin right here on truck. You say why? Okay, why? No. No bombardment allowed. You cannot bombard truck. I tried it. It doesn't work. All you do is waste ammunition. So I put this tag here so that I remember not to ever try to bombard truck. So it's, what does that mean for truck? Truck is going to have to be bypassed. I don't think I can even land on it. Now I put that there. Let's do this instead. We can put it over here. Okay, now I can click on truck. It's a 5-5. What that means is that continually they will put out ships from this location, and they have maxed out an airfield. So to take over this location, I don't know. I don't know if it's even possible in the game. And that's kind of BS. That's malarkey for those that don't understand the acronym BS. The thing is they could spawn out all sorts of stuff and just take over all the islands I've just done if I don't have a way to take it over. Maybe they won't, but the point is that I can't use this as a stopgap anymore because I can't take over truck. I don't think I can anyway. So that's just the thing. This is a group just coming back with some supplies to try and bolster this Pompeii even more. We could up it again, I think, but maybe we don't want to. We want to save the supplies and troops for invasions, but this will be where they'll stay. I'm not too worried. We do have the CV York Wasp group, which is the strongest thing we have going right now. We did add the Massachusetts to it, so that makes us pretty strong. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4 cruisers, a battleship, 2 carriers, and 3 destroyers. You know, that's pretty good to where we want to be. So that's where we stand right now. I did also remove some of the scout planes. What happens is that your scout planes come down here at Milne Bay. So I had, where's this Kingfisher? That's coming off the Wichita. This can fit, he's coming off the Wichita. And this guy is coming off the Wichita. So what do we got coming out of Milne Bay? Beaufort. The Beaufort is going to just do this lane spot. I sent out 3. I probably should only send out 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to land these guys so that I can send 1 aircraft unarmed the full distance, and we still have something to defend down here. But because I just landed him, I can't send anything out now. So if you watch, here you go, tick, tick, tick. So 1.7 hours before I can launch anything because of the 3 aircraft doing a scout mission is not very beneficial. So we're going to leave it at that. I have this Australian Port Moresby sub-defense force doing a what's going to happen is that the Queen Elizabeth, right? Where the hell are you? the Australian Queen Elizabeth force. What's going to happen is that the Queen Elizabeth and the Exeter are going to fill in the holes, 2 holes, okay? This group here has 2 holes remaining, so we're going to bolster it with those 2 ships, and that will make this quite a more formidable force in case something else comes up against it. The Queen Elizabeth is an older ship, but it should be able to manage a little bit better. In fact, this part 41, I've just realized we've almost hit we're over 20 minutes, and all I've done is talk. I haven't done anything. But I just wanted to use this point to talk about just a little bit of what my game plan is and how I've been playing the game. There have been a lot of very agonizing, that's a good word, agonizing gameplay with interruptions, with scout planes being intercepted like every 5 seconds, like all the original the TTE mod used to do. It's part of the game, and I've been skipping them, just cheesing out so that I didn't waste my time with that and just throwing away aircraft. What I've also been doing is realizing that I just can't send out as many scouts as I would normally do. The carrier is one thing. These guys, when they send out, Kingfishers, it's a spam for sure. And it looks kind of weird, but I have to change my location for the ship to travel so that my Kingfishers don't go over into truck. I kind of want to make sure that if I'm at the furthest west, if you will, from where my mouse is here, if I send out a scout plane from this location and he goes this way, so the distance here is what? Let's just try to see it here. 265 nautical miles. Okay? So if this is the furthest west I'll be, and I go 264, is that what it was, 264? Oh, go too far. Pay attention. So 264 is right there, which is in the middle of the Truk Islands. So if I send out any that would go from this location, spawn into Truk, it's just going to start up a spasm of attacking my Kingfishers. So I got to be aware of that when I send out my patterns. An example, this one here. Even if I'm here, he's still going to go down into the gap. He's not going to go over into Truk. Let's check another one. This one, again, he's more heading east than he is. So this one's going from this location straight down, over, and then back to the ship. I think you get the point why I'm doing it that way. But normally it would just be a radius around the aircraft carrier. But I don't really have anything to worry about over here. Everything is coming from this direction. Supplies are spawning and subs are spawning from here, making their way this way and up the gut. That's why I have the submarine, and that's why I have the Task Force 34. That's the purpose of that. So command points is the key right now to be able to put ships out that can actually defend themselves. I'd like to send another group. I'd like to get a carrier down here to start defending this area from the larger ships. What was it? I'm having brain issues today. The Congos. We've seen Nagato. We've seen Yamato. I believe. We have nothing that can penetrate the armor on those ships. So we need something that can actually harass it and send it back, or the ships around that big ship, so that we can actually survive. The other thing I wanted to talk about really quick about this game is I've never seen anybody go down here. So what's the purpose? Is the purpose of the game just to win the game and defeat? You know, I understand that the rules are to take over all these locations, but are any of them over here? In the Java Sea? In the South China Sea? Hong Kong? You're like, Hong Kong, is it on here? Yeah, I don't know if there's a part of this game that I'm missing here. Kuching, is that one of them? Did I just miss that? Yeah, I guess Kuching is. So technically I'm supposed to... Kuching, right? Kuching? Kuching? I didn't know that. I've never seen anybody take... I guess I have. Taff in Exile, he did a playthrough of this, and I remember him going over to Peleliu and then coming over here. I do remember that this part of the map you have to take. I don't know about... I know he took Singapore, and I know he took Hong... Okay, yeah, we do need to go over here eventually. So what that means is, for the big gamers in the room, is that the Port Moresby is going to be more important than we considered before. We're going to have to max this out to a 5 and use it as a spawning location for fleets. So we're going to have to make this probably a 5 as well. I say that with maybe saying not a 5, but maybe a 3 airfield. But we're going to have to start really pounding into Port Moresby. We are going to level it up to what I said before, but I think we have to make this a 5 to make it make sense. And then attack from this direction. I'd like to see that happen. I don't think anybody's done that I've seen in the game. Everybody seems to mass up at Midway, get like 4 or 6 carrier groups, double carrier groups, and then just bash everything until everybody's overwhelmed. So I'd like to do like a 2 group, you know, the Midway shipboard group comes here and goes this way and builds up Saipan and Guam, and then Iwo Jima, Okinawa for the northern Midway battle group, and then the southern, you know, the Port Moresby, using mostly European, you know, English and Australian ships, maybe, with maybe some American assets involved as well. Carrier, for example, maybe some of the newer carriers. If we get to that point, you know, British don't have any carriers. Australians don't either. So it would be for carrier types, maybe Essex, maybe Lexington. You know, longbows, these are pretty interesting. I don't know if we'll ever make it to 1944. That's 2 years. That's a long time. You're talking 300 parts to this series. I don't know if I want to go that far, but I'd like to get them in the game just to see. I don't think anybody's done that I've seen. And then September of 44. But my God, Corsairs, Helldivers, and Avengers. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, we go from the SBD-3 Dauntless to a Helldiver. And 40 of them. Not, you know, that's quite a carrier. That is impressive. Essex Lake Class CV, Shangri-La, and we would have 6 of them. Are you kidding? Yeah, we may want to just go see the ship sometime, but that'll be for another time. So we're at our limit. I'm sorry we didn't get any gameplay in this, but it's part of me kind of explaining a little bit. I'm playing some of the game offline. So you can take note, day 89, 26 of May 1942, 47 command points, and you know, it's the morning. So what am I gonna do? I'm probably gonna get inundated with supply ships right up here, and I will take the advantage of those command points and gather them the best I can. I'm doing my best to defend Milne Bay with everything I possibly can. Help is on the way with you know, the Queen Elizabeth group, and that's, you know, like I said before, that's what we're sending up. That's what we're doing. We've I think since we started, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've taken 5 locations, soon to be 6. Yeah, we need to do something about that. That's ungodly. I think taking down an airfield will help, but we'll see. We discovered that truck is impregnable to shore bombardment. We can't do anything about that, at least. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if we had 4 battleships, a bombardment would actually do something, but I don't think it will. If somebody has any tricks and they want to leave a comment and tell me how to manage truck, do you bypass it? Do you take it over? What do you do? Can it be bombarded, but it needs to be heavier ships than cruisers? Who knows? So, yeah, I like this game. I really do. I love the aspect of the ships, the battles, engagements are interesting. The planning, location, you know, how do you want to manage your battle war scenario, if you will. The management of troops to supplies to engineering to fuel, I like that as well. I like that command points determine what kind of ships you own and how you struggle and excel in supplying your regions. The battle is a little bit, I like it. It's not the greatest, but it's not you're not playing a first-person shooter in this game. You're playing a strategy game with a little bit of hands-on with battle. But yeah, I like the graphics, even though my graphics card is not old, but it's just as much as I spent, and it should be better. I've seen other people play this game, and their graphics appear to be better than mine, and I'm envious, but it is what it is. So, all right, with that, I'm going to end it here, and we'll probably be back to normal gameplay in part 42. But this is it for part 41. Kind of a midway session is what I'm doing in the game. And if you have any suggestions or comments, please. I appreciate the under 20 people that actually stay and watch these videos. I know it may be just mind-numbing relaxation for some people. I have a very small channel. I do random stuff just to do it. Keeps me busy, and yeah. And anybody that said their condolences about my dog passing away, I really do appreciate that. It's still hard. I haven't gotten over it yet. And that's all I got for today. So we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.